ladies and gents, it's Dyson here. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the PlayStation Plus game catalog games for October 2024. First, we'll talk about the games that are available for PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium members. All of these games are releasing on October 15th, 2024, so next Tuesday at the time of this recording. First up is Dead Island 2 for the PS4 and PS5, which of course is a, open world action RPG style game. So I've never played any of the Dead Islands, even though I've always wanted to. Since it's going to be a game catalog game, I mean, I'll probably try it out at some point. I have played similar goofy zombie games like Dead Rising and things like that. I don't know. I would assume that Dead Island 2 is pretty goofy and silly and fun and all that good stuff. And I know there's co-op mode in this one, so maybe I can get a friend to play with me. Up next we have 2 Point Campus coming to both the PS4 and PS5. It is a, simulation management style game similar to like a tycoon game or something like that. It is the sequel to a game called 2 Point Hospital. So I have heard of 2 Point Hospital before. I've never heard of 2 Point Campus, but if you are into those simulation management style games, I'd assume it's a decent one because I always heard good things about 2 Point Hospital. So if Campus is anything like the hospital or, just as good, then I think you guys probably enjoy. Next is the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me, for both PS4 and PS5. This is more of a kind of thriller, cinematic horror game. It's made by the people who made Until Dawn and then, of course, all the other Dark Anthology games. I have played through all the anthology games and all that fun stuff. This one takes place in like a modern day replica of the serial killer H.H. Holmes' murder castle. It's a pretty great game. I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Dark Pictures anthology game. That is probably the one that takes place in Egypt that I can't remember the name of right now. But The Devil in Me is it's still up there. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. It's a good one. So if you guys have never tried this one, go try it out. I'm going to try and get friends who have never played this to play with me. That would be cool. Or if me and my friend who have played through these games can get more people to play with us, because I don't know how many co-op players can be online. It'd be cool if there's 4 or however many characters there are in the game. Because, these games are really fun, especially as like couch co-op games. They're a good time. So check it out. Up next on both the PS4 and PS5 is a game called Gris, which I believe was talked about last month, or maybe earlier this month, I can't remember. Oh yeah, in the most anticipated games, because that Midnight Requiem or whatever the hell game was made by the people who made Gris. This one's like a platform adventure like puzzle game, and this one I've actually seen gameplay and stuff of before, and it actually doesn't look horrible. I'll probably give it a try now that I will have access to it to be able to play. So yeah, if that's something you're into, I'd say definitely check it out, because I've always heard good things about it, and like I said, gameplay actually looks good. Next is only available on the PS5, Return to Monkey Island, which is a sequel to like a thriller game. So this one, of course, also a thriller. There's not much I've ever really heard of it before, but I know that this one, or maybe one of them, was made in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. So, Star Wars stuff, which I'm not sure why, but I know there's puzzles in this game. It's like weird situational stuff. I'm not sure exactly what kind of game it is or anything like that. So I'm actually going to Google that right now. Okay, it's listed as an adventure game and puzzle game. Alright, and it's apparently a thriller too. So, yeah, if it's something you are interested in, because I've heard of the Monkey Island series but never played any of them, I don't know if I'll try this one, but hey, if it's something you're into, give it a go. And next is Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed on the PS4 and PS5. This one is listed as a shooter game, action-adventure game, survival, horror, and adventure. Again, I've never played any Ghostbusters games. I know that there's a couple that people like, and then I know there's others that people really don't like. Or maybe I'm thinking of the same ones, and it's just mixed reviews where people hate them or love them. So if you're into Ghostbusters games, I would say give it a go. I know there's single-player and multiplayer of some sort. I don't know if that's like PvP or PvE multiplayer, like co-op or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I love the Ghostbusters series. Great movies, especially the first 2. Up next we have Firefighting Simulator The Squad, which is, well, a firefighting simulator game. Not much I can say about it. There are a lot of different simulator games out there now. This one, I'm not sure if I'd ever try, but I know there's like a multiplayer co-op mode for this one, because I have at least heard of most of these simulator games. Not always have I heard of them, but I've actually heard of this one, surprisingly, because more of the obscure ones are the ones I don't hear about. This one I think I would put more of obscure, but all the other simulator games I tend to hear about. But I don't know, yeah, I might check it out, because there are some that I really do enjoy, but most of them I don't even try, so we'll see. Up next we have Overpass 2, which is only available on the PS5. It is a racing game, strategy and simulation, it says, and it also says something about sports and just racing in general. So yeah, it's a racing game. That's like, there's nothing else to go with it. I have never heard of Overpass ever in my life. It looks like it is more maybe off-roadish than other racing games, so that might be worth checking out. Whenever I played racing games, like Burnout, and Forza were like more my jam, and sometimes Gran Turismo. I haven't played a lot of them. I played like 2 Gran Turismos. I've played quite a few of the Forzas, and I've played most of the Burnouts, so those are the ones I go for. Having never heard of Overpass, I don't know if I'll try it, and racing games aren't really my favorite, but hey, if you're a racing guy and this one's one you've never heard of, like how I haven't heard of it, then hey, maybe give it a go. It might be your new favorite, who knows. And being PS5 only means that they didn't try to limit themselves to make it work on PS4, which means it might actually be a pretty beautiful looking game and might work really well. Next we have Tour de France 2023 for PS4 and PS5. So, bike racing game, doing Tour de France stuff. There's probably other bike races that lead up to it and things like that. So, I mean, there's not much to say about that. I probably not going to check this one out because I don't want to play a game where I ride a bike, just racing it. If I'm going to play a game where I ride a bike, I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto, and mainly San Andreas, because there's a lot of bike riding in that one, surprisingly. But that's what I'm going to do if I'm going to bike ride. Probably won't try this one, but hey, maybe there's some big old bicycle enthusiasts out there who are really excited for that. If you are, hey, go for it. I'm happy for you. And up next, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands on the PS4. This is a great game. I love this game. I already own this game, so it doesn't really matter that it's on here for me. It is I think this one has been on PS Plus before. Maybe that's no, I actually bought this one back in the day. I got it as part of a bundle with Siege. That's right. I would say if you've never tried this one, definitely try this one out. It's a fun one. Even just playing the story co-op with friends is great. The PvP I've not played a lot of, but I remember enjoying it. It was a little bit more strategic, but you could also just go in and fight the people if they were that style of players that you were playing against. Sometimes there were some running gunners, but being that the game is more strategic, it was more fun to play against other strategic players. But story's good, even solo. It was enjoyable, but I definitely had more fun with friends. Great game overall anyways though. Great game to try out. Go check it out. The rest of these games are only available if you have PlayStation Premium. You won't be able to stream these games if you don't, so if you don't have extra, sorry, you might want to bump it up if one of these games you really want to try. Or you're just you're FOMO, you're missing out, I guess. Or maybe you're not FOMO, maybe you're just missing out and you're not there's no fear that you're missing out. Oh well. First up of the premium-only games is The Last Clockwinder, which is a PlayStation VR 2 game. Specifically, it is a VR game. So that's all I know about it, so I'm actually going to Google what other genres it is besides VR. Alright, it's listed under a puzzle adventure game. It's an indie game that I like when I see indie. And simulation. So, hey, it's probably worth checking out if it's an indie game. Indie games are always worth checking out. Next, we have Dino Crisis on the PS4 and PS5. So, I have always heard of Dino Crisis, and I've never known what it is, so now I get to actually try it out, so that makes me excited. Let's see what genre it is. Let me look. Okay, so genres it's listed under: survival horror, action adventure, and a gun shooter, light gun shooter it says, so I'm just going to say shooter. Okay, shooter, and this came out back in 2003. Dang. Oh no, that was the latest release. Okay, never mind. It came out in 1999. Dang. That's crazy. But hey, I've always heard good things about it, so I'm probably going to give this one a try since it's Dino Crisis. I heard good things. I'm going to give this one a go, see how it goes. Up next is another older games. I think a lot of the premium games are usually older, like ported or not even really remastered, probably more just ported games for the PS4 and PS5. So Siren, which will be available for PS4 and PS5, is like a survival horror and like stealth game is all I've ever heard of it. I have actually heard of this one before, and I think I've seen some gameplay, and I remember it definitely being a horror game. And I think it's a series. I think there's a series of games. This might be the first one. I remember this being early 2000s. So, hey, if you like horror games, go check it out. I'm not much into horror. Heart problems kind of keep that away. I kind of don't really mess with those sometimes. But, you know, there's a rare occasion I'll try out a horror game, but I stay away from most of them. But if I hear more good things about this, maybe I'll try it out. Who knows? Sometimes I like it. And last but not least is R-Type Dimensions X, which will be on PS4 or EX maybe. Maybe it's EX. I'm not sure, but let's go look at it. I'm assuming it's some kind of space racing game, but I want to be sure. Okay, after looking at the genre, I should have just looked at the picture, and it would have probably given me a better idea than racing game. Just hearing the name made me think it was a racing game. No, it's a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game, which gives me more interest in it because I enjoy those games a lot. I'm a big fan of the style of games. It also looks like the little creepy version of the xenomorph when it rips out of a person's chest in the Alien movies is one of the things that they're fighting on this picture. So, you know, outer space alien stuff, side-scroller shoot-'em-up is not what I expected when I read the title, but hey, looking at the picture, that's 100% what it is. It definitely makes more sense than racing game when I look at the picture. If I would have not have read the title and looked at the picture, racing would not have popped up. Now what I did do, like I said, look at the title, racing game. Definitely not a racing game. But I like shoot 'em up, so I'm going to try it. I think I just said a lot of the same thing there. I am very tired. It is late at night, so I apologize if I just said the same thing over and over again. But yeah, sorry. We're going to now. I'm going to think about the overall rating of these games, like what I would give the overall rating. Because some of them I've played before and beaten that I'm not going to try again. Some of them I do want to try. Others I don't want to try. But some of them are really good games. Even the ones I played, so I'm not going to go off of if I've played them or not. I'll go off of how interested I guess I am in games I haven't played and how good the games that I have played are. So, going with that, my interest level isn't super high with this month's game catalog games. But the games I have played, I really enjoyed. So I'm going to give this month's game catalog games a 7.5 out of 10. And then if we mix in all of October's PlayStation Plus games, so the monthly games for Essential and Up subscribers, and then these games here for Extra and Premium subscribers, then it probably is about the same, 7 to 8 range. I can't really put a number on it exactly, because the games from the monthly games are good, except for there's a sports game, and I'm not really in the sports games, so that lowers it in my mind. But Doki Doki Literature Club and the remake of Dead Space are great additions. And then, so let's give it, we'll up the points a little bit. I'm going to say it's like a 7.8 for overall for the whole month. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I guess you can comment down below what games are you guys excited to try out on here. I'm probably going to try out, now that I've seen what R-Type Dimensions X is, now that I know the genre, I'm going to try it out, and I've always wanted to try out Dead Island 2, so I'm definitely trying it out. Dino Crisis, I'm definitely trying out. Other ones I may or may not try out. Those are the ones I'm for sure trying out. And then there's some others that I already have played, so, and they're great games, and I don't need to play them, I own them already, so I don't need to worry about that they're on here. But definitely go try them, especially The Devil in Me and Ghost Recon Wildlands. Those are the two that I've for sure played the most probably out of everything else that's on this list, and definitely great games. So yeah, go check them out. Tell me what you guys think about these months' games catalog games, all that fun stuff. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Again, sorry for the late night sleepy recording where I probably said and too many times and let this go long-winded like I am doing right now. Toodaloo.